Hello everyone, my name is Katie, I'm the Introverted Reader, and today's video is going to be the Nightmare Before Christmas book tag. There are 7 questions in this tag. I will leave them down in the description if you want to do this tag yourself. But I love Nightmare Before Christmas and I love doing book tags. So me and my ponytail and my trusty notebook are gonna get this tag done. So the first question is Sally, a character who loves someone a lot and ends up getting them in the end. Now, there's a lot of characters that I've read over the years that have always, there's been that thing between them, and there's normally a love triangle, which is annoying, but, they eventually, find happiness in the end. Sometimes, you gotta fight like a revolution first, you know what I mean? But, the characters that I picked were Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter. Now, we all knew that Ron and Hermione had like a thing for each other. Like, Ron was always that bit protective over Hermione, and she would always look out for him as well, and she she always had a soft spot for him, even if they find each other really, really annoying, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're like one of the best couples out there, in my opinion. I love them so much, and they bring me so much joy. Like, I think we all collectively cheered at like that scene in this book. If you know what scene I'm talking about, then you know, Mr. President. But we all know, don't we? I'm gonna move this out of the way so I don't wreck things on my desk. Okay, so that's the first question. The second question is for Jack, a character who longs for more, wants more out of life, So sort of like a character who sort of sits at their window and dreams of bigger things sort of character. And the only character I could really think of, sort of like at last minute, who I have read as, quite recently, that is, sort of living a closed lifestyle but wants to go out and explore. And that's Laszlo Strange from Strange the Dreamer. Now, hear me out. Laszlo spends nearly his entire childhood and most of his adult life, young adult life, I would say. He's in his 20s in this one, I think. And he spends the majority of his time in a library. He's just a librarian. He's not really seen as very worthy. He's, pretty much a servant, raised by monks, and, he always has his nose in a book. He's always researching. He's always, thinking, you know what I mean? And he's the type of person that just wants to get more out of life and always believed that there is more to life than just, sitting in the monastery all day and, looking after all the rich people that get to do all the things, and he doesn't get to do all the things. So yeah, Laszlo Strange. I love him. He's so sweet and precious to me. I love him. The third question is Zero, which is Jack Skellington's favourite little dog ghost companion. The question associated with Zero is sort of just pick out your favourite sidekick character, or just your favourite side character. And the one that I came up with was Leo Valdez from the Heroes of Olympus series. I love Leo Valdez so much. I would genuinely read a whole series about him and his adventures. He goes on a journey. See, that's the thing with this book. Every single Rick Riordan book I've ever read, he doesn't leave anybody hanging, you know what I mean? Every single character has a good, decent background. They each have a story to tell. They're strong, you know what I mean? And Leo is definitely one of those characters. He's sweet, he's funny, he's a great inventor, he loves building things, and he's been through a lot. And he's just such a good friend, and he's just there for everyone, and he's wonderful, and I love him, and I will protect him with my life. So yeah, I'm just really happy showing off my hardcover of Lost Hero, because it took a while for me to find that. Okay, the fourth question is Oogie Boogie, the Oogie Boogie Man, and the question is a book with a wicked villain. Oh, I knocked the camera. I'm so sorry. The only wicked character I could think of was Valentine from The Mortal Instruments. He's not wicked so much as in, you know, like twirling his mustache and wahaha, like none of that, but wicked in the sense that he is extremely ruthless and he'll just do whatever it takes to get what it is that he wants. And he's the sort of villain that like sort of brainwashes the other characters into thinking that what he's doing is the right thing to do. And you could probably say that for Lord Voldemort as well. I probably shouldn't say his name, but you could probably say that for Voldemort as well, because they're sort of similar in the fact that they both want like the race to be like purified. Like Valentine wants to get rid of all the mundanes or the humans, and Voldemort wants to be rid of all the muggles. So in a sense, they're sort of kind of the same, and I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier on, but yeah, Valentine. Or if I was stuck, I would have went with Lord Voldemort. So look at the villain. The next question is Halloween Town, a book with a creepy theme. I actually ended up with two. These are actually two books that I have just recently read this month, and I will go more in depth about them in my wrap up at the end of the month. But that is This Lie Will Kill You by Chelsea Pitcher. This book is basically, it's set, the majority of the book is set in a old mansion in the middle of the woods at night with just these five random kids, and they're being picked on by a psychopath. That's pretty much it. If that ain't creepy, I don't know what is. Like for such a short book, this really, really kept me hooked. And this one, The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg, it's set in sort of like an alternative sort of like Disneyland, and lots of creepy things happen in this theme park. Like not everything that you see is real, and that's hella creepy. So again, I will go more in depth about the two of them in my wrap up at the end of the month. So I'm saving all of my thoughts for the wrap up. The next one is Christmas Town, a book that left you feeling warm and fuzzy. And you probably had it up to here with me talking about this book, but Alice in Wonderland by Simon James Green. It's literally one of my favorite books of all time. I love it. It's wonderful, it's wholesome, it's sweet, it's just everything that I love in a contemporary. Like, I very rarely read contemporaries, and I was thinking about this, like some of my like favorite books of all time are contemporaries, like this, Love, Simon, Let's Talk About Love, and Noah as well. Like, but granted they're all LGBTQ, but yeah. But yeah, this left me feeling all warm and fuzzy on the inside, like it was Christmas morning. The last question is, what's this? And that is a book that took you by surprise. Now, the book that I picked out for this question is Shatter Me by Tahira Moffi. Now, this surprised me because whenever I bought these books, I got the little box set off of Book Depository, right? And I just wasn't sure whether or not I would enjoy this series because I was really late to the party. Like, this came out, oh, when did this come out? Let me see. Let's see when this came out. First published 2011, right? 2011. First published in 2011. And I wasn't really reading books like this in 2011. I was kind of stuck in my like dark fantasy sort of like vampire phase, and there weren't vampires in this, so I wasn't interested. And anyway, so I got the box set of this really late, and I was honestly just like, this looks super cheesy. It's probably full of like all those young adult tropes from the early 2000s that we all like secretly love to read but we all hate, do you know what I mean? And I was just like, I don't know, like I'll probably read it if I am like in a reading slump, or I want to just read something that I'll not take too seriously. But then once I read it, oh my goodness, I was proven wrong, because this whole trilogy is just so good. It's so dark and like really, really deep, and talks about all these like, it talks about like, you know, Juliet with her powers and everything, and how, you know, just because at the core of it, I believe that this is a story that you can't change someone simply because you have the means to, or because you're their parent, if you know what I mean. Like, does that make any sense? I feel like this is, at the core, this is a story about, like, don't try and change people because people are fine the way they are. Do you know what I mean? And just because you feel like you can doesn't mean you always should. So yeah. And anyway, this took me completely by surprise. I genuinely didn't think I would like this, and that sometimes, yeah, it was a little bit cheesy, but Tahara Moffi's writing is just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I love this series and all the characters in it so, so much. So that's it. That's the Nightmare Before Christmas book tag. I did film this a wee minute ago. This is my second try. My cat was making a lot of noise and I had to kick her out, but she's gone. Everything's fine now. But yeah, that is the Nightmare Before Christmas book tag. I will leave the questions down below in the description if you want to do this tag yourself. Also down below will be my Twitter and Instagram. Please feel free to follow me, and please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all of you that have subscribed as of recently. See, to be honest, I have no idea how many subscribers that I have. Like, the other night it told me I had 83, and then it was 82, and then it was back to 81, and then it was 80, and then it was 83 again. So YouTube, get it together. I don't know what the hell's happening, but for all of you that are here, that are watching this, thank you so much. It really makes, you're making this autistic introverted nerd very, very happy. So that's it for this video, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next one. Bye.